I monetized this YouTube channel in 9 days, and I'm gonna prove to you that YouTube is not random. I'll show you guys what niche this is, how I found it, and exactly how I create the videos. And before anyone comments, I'm gonna refresh the page right here. You can see that the number is exactly the same. And if I press settings, this is in USD, so let's get into the video. The first thing I did was use this overpowered niche finder that shows me all of the best current YouTube niches. Not only do you get an assortment of a bunch of random good niches right here, but I could go in advanced filters, and here are the exact filters that I use to find my niche. Oh, and I'm not gonna gatekeep, it's tubegen.ai. I have a link in the description if you wanna use this tool. First thing I did is I checked on faceless channels only because this AI can check if the YouTube channels on this niche finder are faceless or not. I chose long form English, and I just made sure that this niche was less than 3 months old. So you can choose a date right here. Let's do less than 3 months ago. So we'll set it to June 25th. Then their typical view count, I set to 10,000. And that's gonna be the minimum. And everything else I didn't touch at all. And then I applied these filters. And then my favorite thing to do is sort by recency. Now you can sort by average views too to see who's getting the most views. And there are a few other options here too, like if you wanna see who has the most subs. But I like to see who has the most recent success because then I know if I copy them as fast as possible, then I should be able to do the same. And if we go by recent, we have a ton of channels here. And interestingly enough, the channel that I based my channel off of is in here. So these two channels, these Drone War Russia and GeoZone, neither of them are the channels I copied because my channel is older than theirs, but it's actually in the same niche, which is funny enough that this came up. But now, what do you want to do if you want to find competitors for this niche? Well, it's as simple as pressing similar channels, and then this is going to search YouTube's entire database and look at all of these things that will pop up. We have GeoZone here, we have Geopolitico, we have Ukraine Today, and if you scroll down here, are all the Russian-Ukraine military channels that are on YouTube. So pretty much you can find all your competitors just by pressing a simple button. That's why I said this tool is overpowered, because it pretty much is. Now, what I did specifically for my niche is I changed the sub niche. So I did a same war news channel. I just did a different country than Ukraine and Russia. I'm sure you could take a guess, but I'm not gonna say exactly what it is. If you wanna know what the sub niche strategy is, I have that in my last YouTube video, my full YouTube course. I'll just put a link to that in the description. It's just a free YouTube video if you wanna watch that. Now from here, if I wanna copy exactly what this channel is doing, all I have to do is actually press copy style here. And you might not know what that button does, but I'm about to show you in just a second. So now let's just press on this, and this is gonna just open their channel. And if I press on the home page now, it takes me here. Now this is where all the magic happens for the video. There's a little bit more that I do outside of this, so make sure you stick around to find out exactly how I make this entire video. But if I press this style button, I have a ton of styles here for other channels, but it actually created this style called GeoZone, which you can see is the name of this channel. Now we can go ahead and select this, but just so you guys understand what that did is if I press edit style, we can see it shows the word count, which this is going to do the same time length as their videos. So it's saying the average video on their channel is 1,100 words. So that's what it set ours to. It took their 2 best outlier videos and put that as the reference videos so the AI scriptwriter can copy their script. So it's as if the same scriptwriter that wrote their videos is writing ours. And he even chose a voice for us that best suits this type of channel. So in short, this style is going to copy their scripts, the length of their scripts, and the tone of voice. Now you can actually import styles here with a style ID. So what I'm going to do is in the description, I'm going to put the style ID of this here. So if anybody wants to create one of these war channels, literally just go to this button, press import style, and paste it in here. So now that our style is selected, we're gonna go to tools and generate a video title. Let's go copy their channel URL and put that right into here and submit. And this is going to take all of their outlier videos and have AI recreate titles that are similar. Then all we have to do is choose the best title. So I'm gonna go through the list and show you guys how I choose the best title, not just a random one. So we have a ton of video titles here. I think there's 10. And if we want, we can always resubmit this so that it, redoes it. But let's go to their videos. Now we don't wanna sort by popular. We don't wanna sort by oldest. We wanna sort by latest, and we're gonna look at their outlier videos. So as you can see, a lot of their videos don't get that many views, but because they're uploading once every single day, they are making a lot of money. So immediately there's an outlier video here with 70,000 views. There's another one here with 200,000 views and one with 90,000 views. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open all 3 of these in a different tab just so I can analyze this better for you guys. So the title here, Kyiv strikes Russia's blind spot. Putin knows his life is over as Russian jets attack. Belarus is collapsing. Putin's war is destroying everything. So it looks like the pattern I'm seeing here is 3 different military strikes pretty much against Russia, right? We have Kyiv strikes Russia. We have Putin knows his life is over. So pretty much anything that's like negative against Russia. For example, Belarus is collapsing. because, you know, Belarus has ties with Russia. So these are 3 videos that are against Russia in this Russia-Ukraine war. So now we just need to look through all of these titles and make sure we give them all an equal chance. We don't want to just pick a random one. That's not a good idea. And we're going to pick the one that most resembles these 3 here. So I already like this one. Ukraine strikes deep, Russia loses key airbase. Don't like this one. Don't like this one. The oil pipeline one is not bad. This one isn't bad. Backlash, that I don't really like this one. So I don't want to sit here and just go through all of them, but it wasn't too hard to analyze these. The 3 best ones I have are Ukraine strikes deep here, Russia's oil pipeline is blown, and Putin humiliated. Now let's look at these 3. Do any of them have Ukraine in the title? This one doesn't, this one doesn't, and this one doesn't. This one has Putin, this one has Putin, and this one has Putin. So we want one that has Putin. This one doesn't have Putin. So we're going to take that out. This is, if you guys are understanding, like, this is pretty much how I do this for all the videos. Then we have Russia's oil pipeline blown up. So that's not bad. Putin humiliated. So now I'm just going to check, do any of these titles have anything about like humiliation, anything that, you know, is more emotional against Putin, if that makes sense? So let's see. This one isn't really emotional. Putin knows his life is over, so this one is. In Belarus, Putin's war is destroying everything. And if we look at the other one, it's against NATO. And I don't think any of these 3 mention NATO at all. So that already gives us our clear winner right here, that the F-16's auto-maneuver Russia air defense, this is going to be the best one. Because we have one right here, the one with the most views, that's like emotionally tied, has Putin in the title, nothing about NATO. That's why I'm choosing this as the title. Then I'm going to select search options and turn on web search just so the script is perfectly accurate to what's going on. Then all you have to do is press generate. So you can go from finding your niche, copying the style, to having your first script written within 5 minutes. As it's generating, I want to show you guys exactly what it looks like to actually get your channel monetized, like the progression from your first upload, for example. So the first upload on this channel was on August 21st. It got 1 view, which was probably from me. And now, if you know YouTube, you know that you should be getting some impressions within 72 hours. That's a pretty good time frame. Doesn't mean you need to blow up, but just get like a few views, maybe even 10 views. So 1 view first day, 2 views second day, 300 views third day. So that's how we know that this niche isn't garbage, because on the 3rd day we got some views, then we got 3,000 views the next day, and then it kind of dipped down to 800, right? And then boom, next day 70,000 views. Now if we switch over to the watch hours chart here, we can see these first few days aren't many watch hours. We need 4,000 plus watch hours, which that 70,000 view day alone was 5,469 on that one day. But a lot of people don't realize that watch hours take 72 hours minimum to update. It's around 72 hours. So these 5,000 watch hours are only going to count on our channel because YouTube has to verify that they're not botted hours 3 days later, meaning these 5,400 were obtained on August 26th, but then, you know, on August 29th, that's probably when they actually updated. So that's why I'm saying you can't get a channel monetized in 2-3 days. And that's because, first of all, it took 3 days to even get impressions. And then I had to actually get into the algorithm from there. That took another almost 3 days. And then it takes 3 days for the watch hours to update. And then it takes 1 to 3 days for YouTube to accept you into monetization as well. So on August 29th is probably when it updated, and I probably got accepted on August 31st. Now, if we go to estimated revenue, we can see, yes, the September 1st is the first full day we were monetized, but this means we got monetized probably on August 31st, so we got accepted. And on the very first day, I made $105. Now, this channel is actually extremely cheap to run. It's one of the cheapest channels I've run personally. And that's because this is fully made with AI, or at least for the most part. And just in general, these videos cost less than $10 for everything, every single time. It's probably like around $5 per video, which, as you can see down here at the bottom of the screen where you see 2, 4, 4, that's how many videos I'm uploading in a day. So I'm uploading on average 4 videos a day. They're probably between $5 to $10 each. So I'm maybe spending like 25 bucks a day if I were to guess on this channel. So $105 isn't bad. But the thing is, it was kind of staying stagnant in 70s, 80s, 90s. It was like averaging maybe 75 a day here. So I was getting like 50 bucks a day. But then it died out here, and that's because I didn't upload on this day. And because it's a war channel, one thing about war channels is that the views or the videos are not evergreen views. So like 90% of your views come from the video the day of. So I didn't upload on this day, kind of messed me up. But that was the first day where I guess I wasn't negative because I didn't spend money this day because I didn't upload. I don't remember why I didn't upload, to be honest. But every single day I'm over 25, which is really the goal. But as you can see here, pick right back up, 150, 280. Went back down 50 bucks, but we're still making like at least 25 minimum. But like all the way up to 250 on this day. And then out of nowhere, the channel started to pick up from went from 40 bucks on September 19th, 120 on September 20th, and $1,378.77 on September 21st. And then it kind of went down from there, but still the next day we still got a lot of those views, 894, 266, went down to 147, which at this point that feels like a bad day, but that's still like $125 there. And then the next day was 370 again. So I'm hoping this channel stays at around like 200 average would be nice, because that's 6K a month. If I'm spending, let's say 700 a month, this is like a 5K plus a month channel, and considering it's completely made with AI, that's really good. So now it looks like our script is done. I would read through it, but honestly, with these channels, I'm uploading 4 times a day, and I'm just kind of spamming out these videos. So I don't read the script. I literally I trust this software. So then I just press generate voiceover, and that's how you go straight from the script to the voiceover. And this is actually using 11 Labs at a cheaper rate, because TubeGen is partnered with 11 Labs. So they're using 11 Labs voices, which is the highest quality voiceover, meaning your watch time is going to be good. Because if you use like really bad text to speech, watch time's low. This is a good way to get 11 Labs credits for cheaper than directly through 11 Labs, because TubeGen's an 11 Labs partner. So now we have our 10-minute video. I'll just play the first few seconds so you can hear what the voice sounds like. And as you can see, this auto-downloaded here as well.
Putin's military boasted about having the most advanced air defense systems in the world.
So now we can go ahead and go to this generate images button, and you can make animations. There's a ton of stuff you can do here. But for this channel, I actually don't even use this. I'm using pretty much everything else. So I'm using the script writer, the niche finder, the voiceovers. There's also the generate description button right here, which I use this as well to make the YouTube description. I obviously showed that I made the title, and then I even make the thumbnail in here as well. So here's the description that it made. But pretty much everything in this video, besides the video itself, if that makes sense, like what you're viewing on the screen, is made literally just in this one software. And if you want, we can actually switch this to dark mode. That's a little bit easier on my eyes. I think, does that change how the camera? Yeah, that makes my face a little darker. So I'll switch to dark mode. But now you might be wondering, how do you make the video? And this is about to blow your mind how easy this is and how little effort. I mean, I'll be honest, it's kind of like slop, but whatever. So first thing I do is I open Premiere. You can use like CapCut, any video editor. Could you even use like iMovie or something, because the editing is very simple. Now we just drag in our voiceover that was auto downloaded, and we have our voiceover in here. Now let's actually make the video, which this is actually what I do. So if you don't believe it, it's gonna look so simple. I feel like some people aren't gonna believe it, but this is how simple these videos are. First thing I do is I search up YouTube to MP4, and then I just press on one of these links. Then I just have YouTube open in one tab, YouTube MP4 in another tab, and TubeGen open in the third tab. And I pretty much just go through the scripts and kind of split this into chunks. So every like 2 to 3 paragraphs, I just kind of skim over. So it's just talking about Putin here. So I'll literally go on YouTube and just search Putin. Now, if we mute this clip, you might be like, oh, what are you doing? What is this random clip? It doesn't matter. I don't even watch them. I just Control-C and copy this. Now, you gotta keep in mind that some of these are copyrighted clips, but a lot of these news channels, believe it or not, are actually copyright free because they can't copyright this Putin interview. So that's why this is such an easy niche, because you can actually just take the content. And then I just download this as MP4 in 1080p. And then I just drag this in here. I'm just gonna mute this track, or you could just fully delete it. But pretty much I'll go into the voiceover where this sentence ends in TubeGen, so stunned. Now, you could easily find where that is in the voiceover like this.
And the details of what actually happened will leave you stunned.
So it's actually right here. And what I do is I cut this and then I just delete that. And now I have a minute of footage here. And I'll just repeat that for the entire video. But another way you can actually do this even easier, now what you can do is you can transcribe the video. You can do this in Premiere and a lot of other editing softwares. And this isn't gonna do much for you, but it's probably gonna save maybe like 20, 30% of the time editing this video, because the editing isn't much. Like I said, you just put in the voiceover and then just put in clips. And then once you transcribe it, if I'm looking for a word, I just type in stunned, right? STU, and then boom, look, my mouse auto teleports there and it shows here. So this is how I do it when I'm editing these videos. Well, I don't actually do this. I pay somebody to do this for me, but it's not much work to do it yourself. Just I'm running, 10 channels at the same time, so it's not very easy to do all that myself. So of course I hire people. And then I just go back and I go to the next thing right here, the F6, the 16 Fighting Falcon, right? Then I go take this, copy and paste it just like that. And then I like to do filters sometimes, maybe by this month. And then we could just take like literally this random video here, go back, copy, paste it, put it in here, and then just do the same thing. We would go to where the sentence ends here. So we got make history. We can literally just copy and paste it, and then just go here and copy paste it. Now our mouse is here. This is where I would end the next clip. And this whole process takes less than 15 minutes when you're speedrunning it. And that's literally your whole video, and then you can kind of skim through and it would just kind of be like this with different clips with the voiceover. And what I realized is this doesn't hurt ABD at all, because I think a lot of people watch these videos just with headphones in, or like they're making breakfast or something, trying to listen to news, you know, they press on it and they're not watching the video. So it's just to have something on screen for those that do, because even if there are only 20% watching, we still want to keep the ABD up as high as possible. So that's why this works. I've tried this and, you know, obviously it's working. I made over 1,400 in one day on this channel already. So that's how you make the video. And we have the title here, we have the description right here, and now we have the video. What's left? Ding, ding, ding. You should get this answer right. Obviously the thumbnail. So now you can even do this in TubeGen. It's like stupid how much you can do in this, but you can go to AI tools and there's even like, there's a ton of stuff here, like voices to images, voice cloning, but we're going for the thumbnail generator. Now we want to go back to the channel we're copying, and he actually has a video similar to this. So we can just copy and paste the video here, paste it, and then load this. And this is just going to load in this thumbnail. Then we're going to analyze it. And what this is going to do is it's actually on the back end creating a style, an image style for your thumbnail. And then it's also describing it here. So we have our image description. Now, if I press generate thumbnail, it's going to make a thumbnail that looks exactly the same. It's like you could zoom in and see where the differences are because it's recreated with AI. But that's why we want to change some stuff up a little bit. So instead of a yellow banner, maybe let's do a green banner, for example, at the top containing the white text. We'll do like Putin embarrassed. And then you could go through and change whatever you want here, but honestly, that's even enough for it to be distinct. It's its own thumbnail. So now we're going to generate the thumbnail. It's going to use this description and use the thumbnail as an image style as well for this thumbnail generation. So keep in mind, you could delete the whole description and pretty much type in whatever you want, and then it'll just make the thumbnail in the same style. But using this description, just kind of like replacing stuff, is what I found to be the best way to make a really good looking thumbnail, because obviously his thumbnail worked. He got 25,000 views on this video. And here we go. Now we have our thumbnail that looks extremely similar to his, as you can see. But there's a ton of stuff. For example, you could say 2 jets and then have Putin on the left, and it's going to make it completely different. But now we have our title, description, thumbnail, and the video. That's literally how I do it. And then I just do 4 videos a day, and I'm paying somebody 10% of the channel revenue to just make the videos for me. If you want a discount to TubeGen, I have a referral link in the description. Or if you want to watch my full 2-hour long course, that's there too, which teaches you everything about YouTube automation for free.